members of the board, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I wanted to thank two of the board members that I saw that participated in the Hands Together the Historic Triangle. That was very nice, encouraging to see the community leaders put into practice of attending events for the better of the citizens of the county. That was nice to see them. But I come tonight to address the board about a disturbing incident that occurred, and this was during the opening day of the Williamsburg Farmers Market. I was approached by the county administrator, Mr. Hill, on the street with his son. I didn't initially recognize him. He called my name and said he had something to tell me, and that I was wrong in my last comment to this board, that he was not in charge of the county's attorney's office. And he told me that it was up to the board to agree on a litigation settlement. It was not up to him. But then the actions that came after that mortified me with his conduct and his remarks, and that he felt it was funny in his comedic routine, but it wasn't. He made motions of like being stabbed with a knife in public on the street and said, "Why'd you do that to a black man? You just stabbed me in the side with your words." And he said that when he got home from that meeting that night, his son said, "Daddy, why did that black girl talk to you like that?" He acknowledged the fact that I was in litigation with the county, and it was an ADA Disability Act. But being of African American descent, I was offended that now I am falsely accused of being racist, in which my suit has nothing to do with race, by his slanderous remarks, and we are of the same race. You know, I told his son that it was nothing personal. Your dad's a good person as far as I know. It was nothing personal. But when he signed the paperwork to be the administrator of James City County, then all these problems and issues came with that job. He just put us back over 50 years in litigation and so on in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and all the work that Dr. Martin Luther King accomplished to ensure equal opportunities like those in employment of all races. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 is a landmark piece of civil rights legislation in the United States that outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, or sex or national origin. And just to remind the members of the board, yes, I'm still trying to actively litigate my case. It's in the Supreme Court as we speak, and the case involves a violation of the ADA, disability, and harassment. And because I am still currently engaging in this protected activity under this act, in my for Mr. Hill to use those remarks and accusing me of being racism, and for so-called calling him out. His job as the county administrator is to be the face of the county, whether he's here in his position tonight or he's on the street in public, whether he's in a suit or he's in casual wear. He represents the county wherever he goes. And according to with the EEOC guidelines, harassment is unwelcome conduct that is based on race, color, national origin, disability, or genetic information, and harassment is unlawful. And the anti-discrimination law also prohibits harassments against individuals for filing a discrimination charge, testifying, or participating in any way in an investigation, proceeding, a lawsuit under this law, or opposing employment practices that they would reasonably believe to discriminate against individuals in violations with these laws. Since his actions were voluntary and unprovoked, I view it as an act of harassment for continued litigation against the county, and for his unwelcome remarks and slander, because I was suing as a victim of disability discrimination, harassment, and unlawful termination under the ADA. In Robertson versus Shell Oil Company, retaliation and harassment can extend after employment. So who really then is in charge of the county? Mr. Hill said it was the board that makes decisions. He made it appear as he was powerless to do anything. But then when I asked him about the organization chart and showed him told him where all the departments fall under his authority, including the county attorney's office, he said no. So where does the buck really stop? and who is in charge? I feel this board should address this matter and take appropriate action to rectify this problem. Thank you very much.